The reason I invested in Green Pastures because it's such a good ethical investment. My background, if I may say so, I come from a missionary background. I was out in Africa as an agriculturalist. I knew what poverty was all about. I came back to this country with my wife and I entered the Anglican ministry. I'm a clergyman at the moment. And I began to look around for areas where I could invest some of the money that I have. And I came across Green Pastures and I love the concept that one can really help the homeless in this country. My heart is for those who are on the edge of society, and not only the interest rate is very good, but that wasn't just the reason, it was the fact that here was a win-win-win situation. Not only a good investment, but also an ethical investment and helping people off the streets into houses and hopefully on into a job. And that for me was perfect. I see my investment making a great difference to the homeless because there aren't many investments which actually produce the results that Green Pastures are doing. It's a holistic view of helping people. And that's one of the reasons I feel it is so good to help people to achieve their own potential. And so it's not just the investment from a money point of view, it's actually investing in people. And I think our country needs to be challenged over how we're helping the homeless. And Green Pastures, to me, seem to have one of the great answers to that very question. What I would say to someone who is interested in investing in Green Pastures is this: your money is safe and you have a really good ethical investment, and in a sense you're leaving a legacy because you're investing in people that you may not or may meet, but you will have a challenge to bring people off the street into homes that will be cared for by the churches around them, giving them a new start to their lives. So when I say to people, have you thought of Green Pastures? There's that wonderful threefold answer. A good investment, it's ethical, and you're leaving a lifelong legacy because you're helping people's lives. What I love about Green Pastures is the fact that you can phone them up at any time. You can get information about your own investments. You have news about people literally coming off the streets, being housed, so you can track your own investment personally by just getting in touch with Green Pastures. They're very friendly in the way in which they look at their business, and they are a solid business. And I wouldn't invest money if I felt it was going astray. But it's in bricks and mortar. This is a wonderful thing. And the fact that it's doing something which is helping the country, not just locally, but nationally. I hear, in fact, that the government are interested in this scheme. So for me, it's a winning investment, I must say. And Green Pastures is something not only that I'm investing in now, but I've left money, my wife and I have left a good sum of money as a legacy towards Green Pastures. So even when we die, this money will continue to be of use to those who are on the streets in our nation. Well, if Green Pastures carry on the way in which they are, I think they could. Because as we know, it was started by a Christian pastor, Pete Cunningham, and his vision is something I want to support. It is spreading throughout the country. Where I live in Gloucestershire, you'd think the Cotswolds would be a lovely place to live in, but there are lots of homeless people in Gloucester itself. So it is spreading, and it is being effective, and I think the church needs a wake-up call. And I feel the the challenge of Green Pastures is a way in which the church can look at how we help the homeless in a holistic view, not just giving them a home, but actually supporting them and giving them a future and a hope. So, yes, I think the church is beginning to understand the needs, and Green Pasture is definitely one of the movements that are helping the homeless in this country to get off the streets, into a home, and out into the community. The greatest challenge the church has when it comes to homeless people is to actually understand where they are. It's not just giving them a food parcel or some money. The church really needs to get down to the grassroots and really listen to their cry of help and come into a way alongside these folk who really have desperate histories themselves. Often when you talk to homeless people, they've been broken through our society, possibly in marriage, in their work, in various areas of their lives, and they need that help. And the church needs to listen and gently help them into a home and have the support. That's the great thing about Green Pastures. It's the support, a listening ear, a place to sleep, and people to listen and help them move on in their own lives. So it's a great challenge, and the church needs to do that, and it is doing it through Green Pastures.